Alright, we are back at the place where it all started for the beta testing. That is right here at the amphitheater, where if we do another Boulder Cup, or well, this video is about Boulder Cup, by the way. Boulder Cup is coming. We are on the Silph.gg. This is where the Silph Arena portion of the Silph Road is located at. And this is where we did it in Wellington for the beta test here in Wellington. We're still deciding the group admins for this area, the Flogo Raiders Discord, which is connected into the Silph Road for Silph Arena. So I'm one of the admins, which is actually an amazing, thank you very much for including me into that. And wow, especially because I'm representing Wellington, which is crazy. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to be pushing for this location because look at all this room. There's so much room to do this here, and then there's benches and tables out back that way, and then just very scenic, lots of parking, so that's not an issue. So I'm gonna push for this venue again, or maybe just have a Boulder Cup here, because I created a for Telegram, which is how I do most of my rating and whatnot, and how I'm connected with a lot of not only you guys, but also just with my area in general is through Telegram, but the Silph Road and Silph Arena is through Discord. Anyway, that's the politics of it. Let's get into the Silph Arena. I'm so, the Boulder Cup. Look at this, look at this. From January 6th to the 31st. So this was announced on Twitter, at the beginning of the year, which is crazy. So here it is. Basically, it's the Boulder Cup. They're going to be doing these once a month through I think through June, I think something like that is going to be the different regional or local tournaments, and how you get your points towards your regional points and whatnot. So this is very cool. All this stuff you can read through the very you can go to the Silph.gg and go to the Boulder Cup, and it'll show you all this stuff. So basically, here's the big things though. Here's the big things. 6 Pokemon. So just like the beta test, you choose your 6 Pokemon. So I showed in the last episode of the beta test tournament episode, basically I had my team of 6, which is Alolan, Marowak, Alolan, Raticate, Sharpedo, Electrode, which was amazing and was my personal MVP, Charizard, and Venusaur. So I had my 6 Pokemon, and then you register those 6 through the Silph Arena, and then the admins of that tournament will go around and make sure that you're using your 6 Pokemon, etc., all that good stuff. All this is done through the Great League, so only this max CP of 1500 or less. So very interesting. And now here's the thing: is the Boulder Cup. It's based off the Boulder Badge in the Kanto region of Pokemon, the Gen 1 Pokemon, the playthrough, the Game Boy Red and Blue and Yellow and Fire Red and Leaf Green. So very cool. Now here is the thing though. You're being limited to a certain amount of types, which makes me very excited because it puts even more limitations on it. In my original team of 6 Pokemon, there is not a ground, rock, fighting, or steel type in there. And that's what we're going to use, is rock, ground, fighting, and steel type Pokemon. So as long as your Pokemon has one of those typings, it's good to go. It's like Whiscash, which found its way into some parties, is half ground, so it'd be allowed in here and could be a meta. And then the arena rules all through here, frequently asked questions, all that good stuff. So you can go ahead and read through all that. There's a raid going on somewhere. Thank you, Detective Pikachu. Now then, let's go over to Pokemon Go. Let's go through rock, ground, steel, and fighting types, and how to maybe pick some Pokemon. Let's get into this. Alright, so we are in Pokemon Go now, and let's get right into this. Now I already have 2 teams set up for Boulder Cup, so I can have the total of 6 Pokemon, and then I'll make several different battle parties of those 6 with various combinations. But let's go right into here. So let's go rock, ground, comma, fighting, comma, steel. Alright, let's put this in the CP mode. Scroll down, you could do and CP minus 1500, but I'm lazy, so I'm just going to scroll down. Also, just look at all these rock ground, like some of these Pokemon like you wouldn't even think about. So it's definitely very interesting the amount of Pokemon that are actually in this area of rock and ground and whatnot. And I tried to like evolve some Pokemon a little while ago, like a couple days ago, to try and like hit the 1500s, and some of them missed. Some of them actually got like really close, and some are just over. Like lucky trades I've done in the past are just over. Now here's some interesting Pokemon. Like so you gotta like be thinking about like what's weak to what. Like rock is weak to ground. Ground and rock are both weak to grass. Rock and steel are weak to fighting. Steel is weak to fire and fighting. So a lot of very interesting things. I'm going to sit down because I want to. So, there's definitely a lot of various Pokemon that we can go ahead and use in this arena. Some of which are more interesting than others based on like typing. Like you can already see here where I have this Lucky Shroomish, or Lucky Breloom, which I will be using in the Boulder League. Just because it is a fighting type and it has access to grass type moves, which is super effective against rock and ground type Pokemon. So it covers a fair amount. Plus with fighting type it is also super effective against steel Pokemon. However, I don't have any charged TMs to get rid of Sludge Bomb. So definitely need to do some more raids to go ahead and prepare a little better for that. And then like there's a bunch of other Pokemon, like I want to find a good Whiscash to bring in, and then possibly like there's some different things. Like Blizzard isn't that great. Like 1-bar charge moves are not that good. They like obviously the meta is the 3-bar charge move. The 3-bar charge move is the meta. However, then there's like the 1-bar charge move. If your Pokemon can last that long to fire it off, and you can like pull the right strats to make it where that your opponent will not use a shield in that situation, then yeah, sure, charge move will be great. But I'd prefer like triple charge moves or double charge moves as opposed to this like singular bar. Hariyama, interesting, could use it. I would definitely want to like switch up movesets. Like there's various Pokemon that you can use. Marowak might, one of these guys might make it in. Not sure yet, but maybe. Like there's some Pokemon like this guy that I've had since 2016. So like wow, like 3 years now. It's 2019. But yeah, just like look at that. Like this is an old Pokemon. It's been with me. It's an OG. I would love to use it, but it just won't do well. Like as a poison type, there's really nothing that it would do well against. Poison is ineffective in most situations, so it could be interesting to use, but just no. Just a big no. Like there's some other Pokemon, like maybe a Marsh Tomp or other water and ground types. There's a lot of half fighting type Pokemon that are very interesting, like Poliwrath, Breloom, Medicham. Also Lunatone. Lunatone is an interesting one because it is part psychic, which is super effective against fighting, and it is a rock type. So it could be an interesting one to bring into a match. Of course, Ammonite and Amistar being water and rock, very interesting. Lots of different fighting type Pokemon that you can bring in, and again, fighting is super effective against like twice as many of like half of the possible Pokemon that you're bringing in. A lot of Pokemon where if they're like half of something else are going to be really good, very interesting matchups. Also, Fire Ground is interesting, or Fire Rock in the case of, where were you? Magcargo. These are both interesting to me personally because of the fact that there will be possibly Steel-type Pokemon in the mix, and with Steel-type Pokemon actually being pretty good, they resist a lot, and they're also super effective against Rock types. Could be interesting to go ahead and bring in a Fire-type Pokemon. Not sure which one I'm going to bring in yet, but that does actually remind me, Riolu. So this is my only Riolu right now, but I would love to get a Lucario into this mix. Could be very interesting as a steel and fighting type Pokemon. Could be interesting to bring into the mix, especially with baby Pokemon having a reduced cost. Definitely very interesting. So yeah, that is going to be the Boulder Cup. That's coming very soon. Or actually, we still don't know yet. At the time of making this video, there's still no set time. We're still trying to figure out what the best time is for everyone. So I'm actually going to stop screen recording for a minute. So, in the comment section below, let me know what day, what venue would be the best place to do it at. Again, I like this venue here. It's very picturesque, quiet for the most part. Lots of space to go ahead and get a lot of people in here potentially. Lots of parking, and there's not that much. There wasn't really that much phone lagginess here. Generally, everyone can connect pretty well. So, very excited about the Boulder Cup. And even though a lot of people are like, PvP isn't that exciting, please watch how much fun people were having at the beta test, and ask people who have done the beta test tournaments what they thought, because I have not heard a single person say anything negative about the PvP tournaments yet. Yeah, Boulder Cup, very interesting, very excited about this. And again, here are the things: 1500 or less, so the Great League, and then fighting, rock, ground, and steel type Pokemon. So those are the ones that you're looking for this tournament. The Boulder League settings, very interesting. Very, very curious about what other Pokemon I might see in this situation. I've talked with John. He said he already has his 6 Pokemon set up. Meanwhile, I have 1. So definitely very interested. Let me know in the comment section below also what Pokemon I might be looking over, what Pokemon I might need to invest some Stardust in. But yeah, that is the episode. Boulder Cup is coming. It is going to be amazing. I promise you, if you participate, you will have fun. You might not win necessarily, but you will have fun. Every person there had fun. Even the people that primarily lost still had fun. It was really fun to be a part of the beta testing and all that. And as an admin in that situation, personally I didn't have that much trouble, but also my beta test was only 6 people in our tournament. So I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more people. There's already 7 people in one section that are interested in possibly participating in the Boulder Cup. So we've already gained at least 1, and there's certain people that were like, yeah, hey, if there's another one of these, let me know. And they just haven't joined that league or our subset in the Telegram that I've posted it in. So that would be even more people. That'd be 8 or 9, possibly even 10 people. So very interested, very excited. The Boulder Cup again is coming in it's here. It's in January 6th. So starting tomorrow, at the time of recording this episode, through the 31st is when these Boulder Cups will start. You can participate in more than one Boulder Cup. However, your points will only be coming from the first Boulder Cup that you participate in. So, you can attend more Boulder Cups. Just choose wisely where you do your first one. I know other admins are kind of like, we kind of want to have one big one as opposed to several small ones. Meanwhile, I'm like, hey, I'm okay with having several small ones if that means we can accommodate more people. But I also see the bigger, hey, let's just have one and get as many people over there as possible, because that way we can coordinate it all, get time off, etc., etc. So yeah, very interesting, very fun, and very exciting. We're thinking early on, maybe doing it either on Community Day or on the next weekend after Community Day. On a Saturday probably, because that works best with most people early on. We're still getting results from the various Discords, the various Telegrams, WhatsApps, etc. But yeah, very interested in attending the Boulder Cup. that will definitely be on the channel when it eventually happens. Until then, preparing, getting Stardust, getting Charged TMs, evolving Pokemon. I'm also looking for like Slugmas and certain other Pokemon that I'm like, okay, this could be potentially good in Great League, which is interesting because I've never like really cared about a Slugma or a Barboach before. But seeing that I want one is like, ooh, yeah, I need. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And that is the episode. That is Boulder Cup, the hype of Boulder Cup. It's been announced, and I'm very excited. I'm also very excited for the future ones, which I would assume would be like Cascade Cup, the Rainbow Cup, the Thunder Cup, stuff like that. And seeing like what are the Pokemon they like throw in there, like because like Steel type and like Fighting type was kind of like, whoa, where are these coming from? But I like it. It definitely also adds like more things to it. I'm very interested, very excited to be a part of this. That is the end of the episode. If you did like it, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. If you're enjoying the series, please subscribe. And as always, God bless and see you for the next episode of Pokemon Go.